Hey guys, it's early this morning and I am waiting. I'm hoping that my guest be having a little trouble signing on to the link. I never thought about that might be some type of a issue because she's in India. Um, so let's just give her a little bit. I've sent her. I should have gotten her email, but I've sent her a message. It looks like she's active on Instagram right now. So I hope that we will have her on very soon. So in the meantime, I'm just checking. So in the meantime, I can kind of give you some updates. And we're gonna, I'm sorry, I just keep looking at everything. But anyway, I got back from Nashville yesterday, and it was a great. Hey, Kathy, I see Lynn Harp 70 and Doggy Mommy have joined. So I have lots to tell you, but we won't do it on this episode. I'm going to have a special episode tomorrow at 2:00. Oh, she's coming. It's a bit slow. Let me just tell her. Yes, you. Hold on, guys. I'm just letting her know we just started because the internet seems to be a bit slow, or this function is. She is such a delight. I mean, I haven't talked to her in person. She's going to join in 3 minutes. Awesome. But anyway, I'm excited to have her. So we're going to do a special edition tomorrow to talk about everything I did this past weekend and update you on everything. I've got a lot of cool things to talk about. So I'm going to just tell her that it's perfect, and we'll see her in 3 minutes. So first thing, I'm going to make sure I pronounce her name right. But anyway, Wednesday and 2:00 special yarn and tea, because I have so much to tell you and schedules and all that for Pearl. So let's make sure it happens. Now, our guest, I found her, the crazy aunt is who she is on Instagram. And she just started coming up on my feed, and I just loved it. I shared a bunch of her posts on my stories because she is really into sizing and making sure garments fit. And I am all about that. I may not seem it, but I really am. That's why I really talk to you guys about gauge. And then I talk about measuring a sweater that you currently have that fits well and trying to find your proper, schematic, talking about ease. Not all garments, you don't have to make the ease that they suggest. So it's what fits good on you. And it took me 20 something years to figure that out. Or about 20 years to figure that. I would just do what the pattern said. And that is not always what's best for you. And that's why a pattern is a recipe. So I wanted you guys to know that. So she talks about this. She's a crocheter and a knitter. And I think we're going to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that the Foundations of Sizing, her new book, or her book, I'm not sure when it came out. is talks about both, because all of that kind of all fits into it. But I found it. I shared the post. I absolutely adored the way she set them up. They were very, very easy to read, easy to understand, and so it was really exciting. So we're going to dive into a little bit about that. And I saw her put up some beautiful, I've seen her designs. She's on Ravelry, and I'm not sure if it's Smitha or Smitha, but it's spelled Smitha, and last name is Crasta, and that is how she is, how you find her on Ravelry. So beautiful crochet, Tunisian crochet, and she's got some knit patterns. And I actually saw a knit pattern this morning called the Lucid Tea that I think is just gorgeous because of the way it flows. So I'm very interested in looking and doing that one. So that's going to go in my queue for sure. So we're just hanging on. Remember, she's coming from India live in a moment. And I know that there was some issues with the connection as far as being slow. So hang on, and we will hear from her very soon. Hey, Becky. It is early evening where she's at, and it's morning, obviously, here. So we timed this the best we could. I know that she enjoys tea, so I'm interested to see what she's bringing to the table tonight for her. And I, this morning, have gone to one of my favorites, Golden Chai. And I'm using my latest mug that I received from, I got it Dixon, Tennessee Festival, and it was it's a 16-ounce mug. And look at the handle. You know, I like the handles, so I can put my big hand in. But I was going to share with you the persons responsible for this mug. I don't want to get their names wrong because they do a fabulous job. So it's called Both Hands on the Wheel is the name of the pottery studio, and it's bothhandspottery.com. I'll put that in the comments today. And this is terrible. I should know her name, but she didn't put that on her. And my name is, but she's awesome. She always is outside across from me at the Middle Tennessee, and I love her stuff, but I always want a bigger mug or one that will hold this. And I found it. It was the last one, and it was perfect for the dogwoods. So she does some intricate work. There's the bee. I just love it. So go check her out and find out. See, she might have some more beautiful stuff. But she's located in Tennessee. And it doesn't really, but here's her QR codes. Perfect. Let me check my messages because I do have Do Not Disturb on. I finally learned where that is on my computer. All right. So we'll see if she's going to join us. Okay. Kathy's got her Earl Grey tea. Anybody else? Hey, Laura. Were your ears burning? I saw Carolyn this morning or yesterday, this weekend. So we were raving about you. And I love my tea, my Eek tea, which is the t-shirt or the top that you made. And I can't wait to show it. I'll have it on tomorrow for our tea, special tea. Yarn and tea tomorrow at 2 o'clock for talk about Nashville and Pearl schedule. All right. Let's see. Oh, you're not going to be here? But I know you were going somewhere, I think. But so I've got several things we can talk about till she joins us. I promise I did have it set up. Haha. But if you have a chance while we're waiting, you can go over and look at Ravelry or check her out. She is called _crazy aunt on Instagram. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Hey,
Hi.
good evening.
Good evening, Angie. How are you?
I'm great. You'll have to tell me how to pronounce your name. Oh, I don't want to ruin it.
It's Smitha.
Mitha. Okay. Perfect. Well, we've got a lot of folks on, and I know there's going to be a delay, so I've got to keep my mouth shut. But I am so excited to have you here. I was telling them how much I've enjoyed your feed that I get over Instagram and all the things about your sizing. But I'm going to turn it over and let you tell us about yourself and what you are working on and things like that. So you're on.
So, yeah, I'm Smitha Crasta and I'm based in India. I was born and brought up in a coastal town. So you can see most of those elements in my designs. And I'm also an Ayurveda doctor. So the basic knowledge of anatomy that I gained, I use it to, to make the sizing better. For example, like how the shoulder blades move, where you need more movement, and how the ribcage expands when you sit, and while it, all those things have helped me a lot. And that's the feedback I get from my testers as well. Like any of the patterns I make, there's always someone telling me that how they have never had such a great fit before. So I wanted to bring that element and make, help them understand how they can modify the patterns they already have and not rely only on my patterns. So if they find something they like and they want to modify it, customize it. So I wanted to put everything together into a book. But I know that the book is also not affordable for everyone. So I shared all the tiny snippets of the book for free on Instagram. So the feed is also knowledgeable and accessible to everyone. And my handle is the crazy aunt because I learned to crochet for my niece. And I have a habit of going into craft stores and stationery supplies and buying things that are pretty. So when I was in my graduate year, I found a skein of yarn. I did not know what it was called then, but it was very pretty and very colorful. So I got it. And the shopkeeper gave me a crochet hook. She said, this is what you use to, make it. And then I went on YouTube and I learned, and I made a pair of booties, a small baby blanket for my niece. And so then my friend, the niece's mother, she told that you are going to be the crazy aunt she'll be loving when she grows up. And she has grown up. And yesterday I met her and she wanted to start to learn crochet. So it feels like a very joyous moment. So the life couldn't have come at a better time.
Yes, I love the book. I mean, I've looked at it. I'm going to get the ebook because I don't know if you ship to the US or not, but I definitely.
Oh, yes. Yes. The ebook is always better. And I have also included this, print-friendly format. So the pages are concise and there are no extra empty pages in the PDF version. So it is, you can print it within 34 pages back to back.
Okay.
So I kept it like that.
Well, I found all your snippets were very easy to read and that understand, because that's the key. I've just found out more about sizing just in the last 5 years of my 20 years knitting, and it's huge.
Yes. The main aspect is that when I started to learn crochet and I started with testing for designers who are really inclusive. I just lost my earphone. Okay. there was the designer called Stephanie Erin. She was based in Canada. I started testing for her. And because I had such a great experience during that test, and I got to know that, how many sizes a pattern can be graded into. She always had this customization options in her patterns. It was such a great experience. And then I started to test for some other people, and I just couldn't do it. I had to go back to her. And so I started learning more about inclusivity, how patterns can be more inclusive, how they can, flatter all kinds of bodies. So I just wanted to continue that legacy and wanted to help other new designers who wanted to start their own patterns to have that secure base that I had when I started my journey. But I realized that not everything is available in one platform. So I had to learn from different places. I also learned a lot from sewing education. They have this great instructions everywhere, the darts, bust darts, the shoulder slopes. It wasn't available in all the crochet or knitting patterns that I bought before, but they were readily available in the sewing community, where you have to add the slope or how you design an armhole, the arm sky depth and everything. So I used to collect all the knowledges that I got. I used to write it down in my little diary. And I finally realized it was time that I, made it available for others in a single place. So it took a year, but it was worth it because I also use it on everyday basis when I write a new pattern. And it just makes me happy that I'm, looking at my own book to create my own patterns. So I can recommend it. It works.
Well, what I love is that you did it for us, but you also, a designer can utilize it that may not be taking that all into account. I think that's wonderful.
Yes, because, my designs may not be there. No two designers design the same pattern. They might look same, they might have the same elements, but everyone's pattern is unique, and few design for petite bodies, few design for larger bodies, and different elements come into place. But I want that, if you like something, you should be able to customize it for yourself, even if the pattern doesn't have it. Because I have a lot many patterns that I've collected over the years that I don't want to work on it as it is written. I want to customize it for myself. Patterns that we get nowadays are, most of them are size inclusive. Most of them have everything that there was not available readily in the patterns before. But if you have a foundation of how you can make it work, it becomes so much easier. So I also made this gauge adjustment guide. It is available for free on the PayHip site. So even if you can't meet a gauge, you don't have to worry a lot. It's simple math, but it's available to you, so you can print it out. There are free worksheets in that. You can practice it. That is a free resource on the website as well.
Okay, we lost your audio right this moment.
Just
there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yep. Now you do Tunisian and regular crochet.
Yes.
Well as knitting.
This is the Tunisian men's pattern, but I'm wearing it right now. I designed it for Murit.
Ooh.
And they are making a comeback. I love that magazine. The designs are fabulous. The owner of the magazine, Alison, she's an amazing person. All the patterns are inclusive, and there's so much great patterns, great knowledge, great resources always available in our books. And the magazine is, when you buy a magazine, you also get the ebook. So, and also a read-friendly pattern, print-friendly format. So I really love that magazine. And it was an amazing opportunity to get to design it for her. I just got the sample back and I love wearing it.
Awesome. Now, do you, your book is not just for crochet. It is, we can use it as knitters and all of that. I'm a knitter.
Yes.
So we can,
yes,
it's all foundations for all of it, correct?
Yes, because I also had a buyer who was a sewing enthusiast, and she said she could use it even for herself. So
That's good.
I didn't use a specific terminology for crochet or knitting. I tried to be inclusive as much as possible because at the end of the day, the foundations are the same. You are making a garment for your body.
That's right. That's what I love about it, because so many people, or so many years, I just did what the pattern said. And then I'd look at it and it didn't look good, because I
Yes,
didn't twine, put it onto my body. So now I
yes,
understand
yes.
more, but I've learned a little more from your book about it. So it's definitely worth looking at and using, so to speak.
Thank you, thank you. That means a lot.
I saw all of the comments that you were getting, you've received. There was a post this morning about all of the raves. Everybody was doing reviews that were just so popular. So we know it works, because it's out there. But what's your favorite thing to design? Do you like garments? Obviously you have plenty of them, but I saw some knitting garments as well. I'm in love with
Yes,
the
I used.
lucid tea.
Oh, yes. It was my first knitting pattern. I had just learned to knit. And I bought a couple of designs, but I could not meet the gauge. And so I thought, why not make something myself? So I cast a pattern mohair on. Now that was a bit extreme of me. I
Yes.
started with mohair because I knew I couldn't frog it. So I had to continue. I couldn't just give it up. So I started with that. I started bottom up. Then I did the decreases for the yoke. The pattern still doesn't have shoulder sloping. I'm working on it right now. And for the sleeves, I wanted bell sleeves. But, beginner myself, I did not want to have too much of increases, too much of decreases. So what I did was, I just changed the needle size to a bigger one as I moved down. So the stitches are the same. You just change your needle to get the balloon effect. So that was the story behind it.
Okay. I bet you could use the lace weight yarn, maybe a wool,
Yes.
to
Yes.
take away that. I love mohair. I love suri, but
Yes.
cannot
I have.
frog.
Yes. Yes, that's true. Then most of my testers used lace weight yarn, fingering weight yarn. If you also use the DK weight yarn, it works for everything.
Okay, good. Just get gauge, right?
Yes. Just get the gauge. If you don't get the gauge, you can always use the gauge as adjustment guide as well. So there you are.
Okay. You just have to adjust it and use that math.
Yes.
Awesome.
But it's very easy to adjust it once you know the basics. Rather than, before I used to try the golden loop method for my crochet, or, change my tension. But all the time I was doing that, I was conscious, so much conscious. I used to check gauge every 1 inch or 2 inches. And there was so much tension on the shoulders at the moment. But I just wanted to relax. Most all my patterns are like Netflix and crochet kind of things, right? Just relax and do it. So I try to bring that what I use to adjust the gauge readily available, because changing one's tension, the way you crochet or knit for so long just for a pattern is too much stress. You don't enjoy the process as much you are supposed to.
That's right. I'm trying to see if we had any questions out there. And so if anyone does, go ahead and put them in the comments. I think I can see all 3 platforms, but we'll see if there are any questions. I did put the name of the book in the comments, The Foundations of Sizing by Smitha Crasta.
Yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yes, Smitha Crasta.
Okay, great. And like I said, she can do an ebook, and she did the ebook to where you can print it and have notes on the side. So I think that's very, very nice of her to do, because we always want to write.
Yes, we always want to write. And there's also an EPUB version. So you can use your Books app You can change the font size. You can, flip through the
Oh,
pages digitally. So that experience also you get if you want that one.
that's true. Our eyes are getting older, or mine is.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome. What else? What else have you got going on? Something coming? I know you're working on a design. I can't remember what day you're on.
Oh, it just went into testing. So for the next 8 weeks, that design is on the back seat.
Oh, that's the
And I just
lacy red one.
yes, yes. And I just got a new shipment of yarn from Cascade Yarns. You can see
Oh,
it.
yes.
It's Mericetta and it's merino wool. It's so
Ooh,
squishy. And this is going to be a men's classic Henley tee. And yes, it's going to be Tunisian. I
awesome.
just can't wait to, tomorrow will be day one.
Okay. We can follow along each day of your design
Yes,
process.
yes.
I love
I
it.
do that thing that day one, day two, because most of the time when we open Instagram, you just see someone taking the yarn and then showing you the garment. You don't see what goes into it. So I just wanted to be as realistic as possible. Like every day, you just make tiny progresses. It's a very slow process, very, very, very slow, and you should have a lot of patience. So when you see what I do, when I frog, when I go back, when I just can't make the pattern work or try something else, so you get that realistic perspective. Because of this series that I make, I've seen many of the designers come forward and start making their own designs because they realize that not every the designs are not easy to make, but you still make it. So you see the tiny process that goes into it slowly. It usually takes 30 to 60 days or more.
We lost you again. Audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yep. Someone asked, where do we get it from? I saw you could get it from Ravelry, correct?
Patterns are available on Ravelry, yes.
Okay. What about the book?
The book is available on Payhip as a
Payhip.
digital ebook. The links are available on the highlights section of my Instagram profile. You can just either you can go onto the pin post and type link, or you can just check the highlights. On the highlights page, there is different options for you to get it. You can get the ebook format from Payhip and the actual copies from Amazon or Barnes and Noble, depending upon the country you're in. But there are
Okay.
links to all of it available there.
Okay. So on your Instagram profile, there are links.
Yes, yes, there are.
Are you on Facebook as well, or just Instagram?
I'm there on Facebook, but I hardly open it.
Instagram's your place of.
Yes, but whatever I post on Instagram gets connected to Facebook, but I don't go and check a lot over there.
I hear that you have a four-legged animal.
Oh, yes, I do. She's barking outside the door right now.
I have two, and I'm surprised they're not barking like crazy.
Actually, I have a toddler. He is keeping her entertained at the moment.
Oh my! How old is your toddler?
My toddler is 3, and my 4-legged one is going to be 6 this December. She was born on Christmas Eve.
Oh wow! A 3-year-old. Woo!
Yes.
Mine's 29, but he acts like a toddler sometimes.
Toddlers are better than teens, I would say.
That's true. Now, I see that you get yarn. I saw some of your yarn you've been using all over. And so, what is some of the favorite? You still like lace weight, fingering, DK?
I'd say sock weight and DK weight are my favorite go-tos,
Okay.
but I don't shy away from bulky or lace as well.
Okay. That's awesome.
But I'd say DK weight and a half double crochet stitch or a stockinette stitch.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have a lot of crocheters. I know quite a few that follow, as well as I have another friend that's a designer. Her name is Courtney, and she is Creations by Courtney. And she
I
is,
think I've heard of her. Yes, I follow
yes,
her, I guess.
she's a sweetheart, and I've known her since I started this business, and she is really, really creative as well. And so I had hoped that she might see this today just because to introduce, but I'm such a knitter that I want to learn crochet, but at this time I don't think I could do it. Too much on my plate.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
Well, your book's gonna
You
help. I
just
can't wait.
you just have to get a mohair weight yarn and a 1 mm hook, I guess.
Yeah, that would be hard.
Yes. When you have a challenge, you are sure you can't go across. You get that.
Right.
Yes.
I'll
the
never
passion
forget.
to get it done.
I know. I'll never forget. I can't believe you designed in mohair or suri, because when I did his pattern, and I just couldn't fix that mistake, so it just went over to the other side and started up something new.
I only have one whip at a time, if you can believe me. But
what?
There are yes, I have this, clean freak OCD. I should have one project bag, one whip at a time. But the swatches and ideas are plenty, I'd say.
That's awesome.
I don't think so, actually, because I'm the only one in my circle who does that.
I think everybody wishes they could do that. I know someone's got 40 whips right now. I can't imagine. I have 8.
Well, at least you know your count.
You just, yeah, that's right. We do know our count. And It's sad because then we'll go frog them all. And now we're back down to 1. I found one the other day that I started maybe 10 years ago. I thought, yeah, this is still my taste. No, I ripped it back.
I start a project. If I start another design at the same time, I forget what I'm supposed to do with the previous one. So it's for my own benefit that I keep one whip at a time.
Right. Design
yes,
and
because because if I start designing 2, I'll just not write a pattern for both of them.
Yes. That makes sense. They're not mixing up.
Yes.
That's perfect.
But when I want to take a break, I just buy someone else's pattern and just relax my mind.
That's good. You need to do that.
Yes. And I also like testing. I test for whenever I get time. I like to test because every time I test, I learn something new. And there is so much to learn. There's always a lot to learn.
Now, do you have a local yarn shop?
We have an online shop, but most of the designs I get sponsored from the magazines. So the yarn, most of the time it comes from abroad. And in India, I like Heartbeats yarn. They have this really nice variety of yarns, Heartbeats and Ganga Acro wools. And I love the yarns. The Lucid Tea use the kid silk yarn from Heartbeats.
Okay.
And it's readily available. So I used to hoard it, but now since it gets delivered in 2 to 3 days, I don't.
I get that.
I think I hoarded the most of the yarn in 2020 during COVID times. I just wanted to have a lifetime stash of yarn in case I could never get out of the house again.
Well, I have enough for you and me both.
I'll take you up on that.
I have way too much yarn. That's mine personally, and then the other is for the store. So kind of crazy, but I love it. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
I guess that's it. Oh, well, I'm also writing the second part of the book because once everyone learned about the sizing, they wanted to know how to do different kinds of constructions, like how you change the mat for a raglan or modified raglan, modified drop shoulder. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking of starting the second book, The Foundations of Constructions.
Oh, that's awesome. How long did
Probably,
it take you to write that book?
oh, the first book I took about a year or so. So the next book might take another year, but I'm starting it today.
Wow. You
I
are a
just
busy
wrote the,
lady.
yes, yes, I like to keep myself busy.
You do.
Creative people are always busy, aren't they?
Well, I think I saw your group on post where all of you were together. So that was so
Oh,
much
yes,
fun to see. Y'all are
yes,
all happy and doing what you love best. So,
yes, all yarn lovers. It's so much fun to get together and talk all things yarn and crochet and knit and show what we are working on, have a couple of drinks, eat, dance, gossip, giggle.
be careful. Drinking and knitting can cause troubles. Next day, you
Oh,
frog
yes.
it. I've done
That
that.
is true. That is true.
I've
But
also
but when you
fallen
pick up your
asleep.
glass, oh, haven't done that yet.
And
But
then
it's
you
never
have
too
the
late,
next
right?
morning, you got to frog everything you did.
Oh, yes. Oh, but never frog when you're drunk because next morning you'll realize there was not a mistake in there.
That's right. That's true. But you feel like you wasted a lot of time because you should have just gone to bed
Yes.
and not stayed up. But anyway,
Yes.
that's awesome. I love it.
That's true.
Well, Smitha, I appreciate
What I
everything today. I mean, you have, I like I said, I love your post. Keep doing what you're doing. You're so much fun,
thank
and
you.
you're as sweet
Thank
and
you.
wonderful and funny as you share on the Instagram. And I am so glad you came across my feed. And I can assure you, I will push out and get that book out to as many people as I can. I think it's going to be great. And good luck with the next book. And hopefully we'll come together again.
Oh, yes, definitely. Thank
Okay.
you. It was so nice to meet you, Angie.
Nice to meet you, darling. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.